Hello, folks. Welcome to today's football predictions on BetCross. Another very beautiful Tuesday morning, and we are back with our predictions. Okay, and we look at football matches that are going on across the globe and select a few of these matches, and also make verdicts on these games based on each of the teams' previous recent games that they had. Prior to these very matches that they're going to have today. So that's exactly what we're doing on a daily basis, and we've been successful at it most of the time, and we're going to look at matches in a short while. But before then, I want to urge you to remember to join our channel membership VIP special, where we'll put out games that we believe to be more likely coming out correctly. All right, don't forget to join that, and also you can look at this description of this very video. You can always find a link that will give you access to VIP special, as well as anywhere you see join membership around this very video. That will also lead you to that VIP special. All right, that being said, without further ado, we head to the business of today, and we start with the first match for today. It is in the Europa Conference League, where we have Kauno Zalgiris coming up against Arda. Okay, and we know that Kauno Zalgiris is a side and in Latvia, and in Lithuania rather. Okay, and they're quite doing very well in recent times. In the last 6 matches, they've won 4 out of those. They've also had 2 draws in the last 6 games that they had. And which side, on the other hand, that have managed just 1 victory and 3 draws, but have lost 2 matches in recent times. Looking at how the team fare from home and away, basically, let's see how Kauno Zalgiris does when play from home. All right, and you can see that in the last 13 home games that they have so far, we'll see them winning 8 games out of those and drawing 1 and losing just 1 in the last 10 home matches that they have so far. And down on the other hand, we'll look at how they play from away, how they function. We could see that in the last 10 away games that they have, saw them winning 3 games and also drawing 5, as well as losing 2 matches in the last 10 away match that they have so far. That is at that away side, so not the best side playing from away. And there's no record of head-to-head meeting between the two sides. That it means that this is the first time both teams are meeting in recent times, and we definitely expect Kauno Zalgiris, who actually does very well from home, to not lose here. So we'll be going with the home side to either win or draw and under 4.5. Okay. Also noting the fact that even though they score goals, but they don't really. The last 10 home matches that they had have not really produced anything over 4.5 for 1. So we expect to see the home side, Kauno Zalgiris, winning or drawing and under 4.5. Okay, we head to the next for today. It is also in the Europa Conference League qualifying matches where we have AIK, a team from Sweden, coming up against Juri. It is a team from Hungary. Okay, when you look at how the two teams fared in recent times, you can see that AIK have managed 3 victories in the last 6 matches. They've also had 1 draw as well as 2 losses in the last 6 games that they had. AIK, the Swedish side, all right, Juri, the away side, have had 1 victory as well as 3 draws, but have also lost 2 matches in the last 6 games that they had so far. And when you look at how the two teams fared from home and away basis, you can see that AIK, does very well from home. And they've actually won 6 matches and 3 draws in the last 10 home games, and they've lost just 1. And Gio, on the other hand, also does very well, winning 5 games and 4 draws in the last 10 away games. And they've also had 1 loss in the last 10 away matches that they have so far. But AIK is a side that we know does very well. The last home match they had, especially qualifying match, and we saw them beating the likes of Paid by 6 goals to 0 from home turf. So we are going with the home side in this very one to take the die. We expect AIK home side to win outrightly in this very encounter. So it is a home to win. That's all for that very one. All right, and we head to the next. It is also in the Europa Conference League qualifying matches where we'll have Viking FK who will be up against Istanbul Basaksehir, a team from Turkey. The White Viking is actually a Norwegian side. All right, when you look at recent stats for these two sides, you can see that for Vikings in the last 6 games, it is 3 victories and 3 losses. And for Istanbul Basaksehir, it is 3 victories and a draw, as well as 2 losses in the last 6 matches that they had so far. And when you look at how these two teams have performed from home and away perspective, you can see that for Vikings in the last 10 home matches, they've been able to achieve 7 victories out of those, and they've also had 2 draws as well as 1 loss. In the last 1 game they had against Cooper, we saw the Vikings doing so very well, beating that side by 7 goals to 0. And most of the home matches that they have so far have produced over 2.5 goals. It is 8 games out of the last 10 home matches for the home side that actually saw over 2.5. And when we look at the Turkish side, the West side, Istanbul, Basaksehir, it's a side that actually done very well. They've had 5 victories and 2 draws in the last 10 away matches. They've also lost 3 games out of those. Okay, and also the you know, when we look at okay, there's no record of head-to-head meetings between the two sides. And the last away game they had was against a Bulgarian side, Chernomor, and we saw them beating Chernomor by 1-0 on that very occasion. So here we are going with the goals to occur here. Noting that 5 games out of the last 10 away games that they had also produced over 2.5. Meanwhile, for Vikings, lots of games have produced over 2.5. So we are going with the goals to occur here, minimum of 3 goals that we expect to see here, and over 2.5. That's our value for that very one. Okay, and we head to the next, which is going to be the last for today. There is also a game in the Europa League, but not the Conference League this time around. It is just in Europa League. We'll have FCSB of Romania coming up against Drita. All right, FCSB in the last 6 matches, they've not really been in fine form, but we've seen them winning just 1 match out of the last 6 games, and they've lost 5 out of those. And Drita, on the other hand, have won 4 matches domestically, and they've actually had 2 losses in the last 6 matches that they had so far. Okay, when you look at how the 2 teams are fared, from home and away basis, we could say the home side, FCSB, the last 10 home matches that they have so far, producing 6 wins in the last 10 home matches that they had. They also had 2 draws, but have lost 2 matches as well in the last 10 home games that they have so far. And Drita, on the other hand, have managed 4 victories and 3 draws, also losing 3 matches out of the last 10 away games that they have so far. The last away game they had was against Copenhagen, and we saw them losing to Copenhagen by 2-0 on that very occasion. That's not record of head-to-head meetings between the two sides. It is actually the first time both sides are meeting each other, and in this very occasion we'll be expecting the home side FCSB, who actually have been able to achieve 6 victories to do very well here, and we are going with the home side to win outright in this very encounter. So FCSB to win outright, home win. That's a verdict for that very one. And that brings our predictions for you today on Betcraft to conclusion. All right, wish you the very best of luck and hope your ticket goes green. Remember to play responsibly, as these are football matches and sometimes may not be exactly what it presents. Also, note that the other predictions that we have will be on our VIP special group. Do endeavor to join. We'll be putting out our games there also. All right. You can always find a link, as well as anyway you see join around this very video. You can always get access to that VIP special group. All right. That being said, tomorrow is another day. We'll be back with our predictions. But until then, keep winning.